Welcome back. We'll proceed further, that is regarding assessing an infrastructure's strategic security process. So, in this, here one worksheet has been given. In this worksheet, category wise, it has been noted and what are the duties regarding that categories, it has been stated, and then the marking has been given considering with none, small, medium, and large. So, we'll start. So, this is a security process assessment worksheet. Worksheet means one tabular format in which a process owner names come, owner's manager, and the date. So, in this, the category comes like executive support, process owner, customer involvement, supplier involvement, service metrics, process integration, streamlining, training of staff, and the last, process documentation. So, according to these categories, caution arises with respect to the security. So, if you consider executive support, caution regarding security which is arise is like to what degree does the executive sponsor show support for the security process. If you consider it as a large, you'll have to give rating according to that. Same with the process owner. The question arises to what degree does the process owner exhibit desirable traits and the ability to develop and execute a strategic security plan. Then with the customer involvement, you show that you get a question like, suppose what is the involvement of the customer in that. Later on, for the supplier involvement, you get a question like, what is the main part of a supplier regarding the security policies. Then for the process metrics, you get a question arise in your mind. You can get like how the process is done, how it is analyzed based on the number of multiple sign-ons, the password reset option, and all. For the process integration, you can get a question like to what degree does the security process integrate. Then for the streamlining is like how the automation is done, how the streamlining is done, dependent on the maybe the network, maybe the software issues, maybe the virus protection invocations. Regarding training of staff, you get like, are the staff members well or effectively treated? Do they have training in proper manner? For the process documentation, you get to what degree is the quality and value of security documentation measured. Later on, whatsoever you have done the rating, you do the total of that, and then it has been evaluated. So this was regarding assessing, that is, you have done a assessment regarding what? Regarding a particular category member, and then the rating is done. This was regarding assessing. Then we have the next concept of measuring and streamlining. What happens in this is how you do the measurement, how you do the assessment of a process. For suppose you can measure the security process, you can update it as well, it is in your hands. Later on, you can check like what is the effectiveness of a security process, how the metrics works on it, are there any security violations. You'll have to check all these things. The violations will be like in maybe network violation, maybe password violation, maybe virus protection violations. So all this checking comes in streamlining, and streamlining is done regarding security. So here we have come to the end of the first part of chapter 5th, that is regarding security. The next part consists of facility management. Management means how the managing is done in a particular industry. And what is facility? Facility is a term like how you provide it, how the facilities are been given, so that the environment will be in proper working stage. Here I have mentioned the definition like facility management. It is a process to ensure the appropriate physical environment. Basically, the main concern or the major elements over here are the appropriate physical environment and the critical infrastructure equipment. For appropriate physical environment, what it means is how the facilities are been given for the environmental structures, like maybe the facilities given like of air conditioning, humidity, electrical power, static electricity. And for the critical infrastructure equipment, basically it does not mention regarding the hardware only, but also measures regarding the facilities like the switch rooms, the wiring secrets, regarding the encryption, how it is done. All this critical part comprises in this infrastructure equipment. So we'll study this one by one. Please note down the points. We'll explain it. The major elements of facilities management. These are being mentioned by the managers of a company. So few managers of an IT industry would likely include less common entities. Here is a list provided. So according to the list, we'll study one by one. So the first is air conditioning. Hope so you all are familiar with it. Conditioning is like it purifies the quality of the electricity for greater reliability. Basically, it involves filtering out stray magnetic fields. Why we filter out this? So that it can induce the unwanted inductance in it. Unwanted capacitance, you may say. Later on you have regarding humidity. So humidity levels, basically they are monitored constantly, maybe electronically or maybe with recording charts. Then you have electrical power. It's as simple as like voltage, current. Then static electricity. It basically affects the operation of sensitive equipment. It can also build up a conductive material. Then you have electrical grounding. Grounding is required in each and everything, because if grounding is not done, then there are many chances of getting short circuit can take place. Then you have UPS, that is uninterruptible power supply, which provides emergency power to a load when the input power source may fall. Then you have backup UPS batteries. It checks whether UPS batteries are kept fully charged or not. Then backup generator. It provides backup power to the resources in emergency. Water detection. Water detection is a common environmental guard. Then smoke detection. It is also common in today's data center. Then you have fire suppression. It refers to the firefighting plans. Then facility monitoring with alarms. It should be basically visible and audible enough. Then you have earthquake safeguards. It gives the idea regarding the earthquakes, the emergency situation. It's a basic part of general safety. Then you have safety trainings. If suppose any emergency awareness takes place, it awares you. They should be knowledgeable about emergency powering of migration procedures. Safety training also includes like you must be known with the emergency telephone numbers. Then you have supplier management. Basically, it describes the various acts of identifying. But what it identifies is how to run a business or organization. Then control physical access. In this, the physical monitoring machine rooms, walls are being controlled. Then protected walls, like if there is a large mainframe, it is used to safely secure it. If you won't secure, then calamity may take place. Then you have a physical location. Physical location of a data center can also be a problematic one. Locating a data center along outside walls of a building can sometimes contribute to damage. So choose a physical location for the same. Last is classified environment. Basically, classified environments always require data center to run. Maybe like it checks for the possibility of safeguarding. It will safeguard from the inside part as well as from the outside part. These were all regarding the major elements of the facility management. Later on, you have the tips to improve the facility management process. What are the basic tips? Actually, there are number of actions that can be taken to improve the facility management process. Like you should nurture the relationship with facilities department. Why you do the nurturing? So that you can establish a good relationship with the key support departments. To maintain the relationship, to grow the relationship in a facility department. This is a basic tip. Then you have second is establish relationship with local government inspecting agencies, especially if considering major physical upgrades to the data center. What it means is like there is no worries for establishing good relationship, but while establishing a relationship, it also should lead to a greater understanding between the two. The understanding may be regarding the infrastructure group, maybe the IT departments, maybe the agencies. Then the third you have consider using video cameras to enhance physical security. Basically, the video cameras are used to enhance the physical security. So, while considering this, you must check your cameras time to time to make sure that the recording and playback mechanism is working or not, whether the tape is of good quality or not. Then you have analyze environmental monitoring reports to identify trends, patterns and relationships. So while maintaining a proper relationship, you must know the pattern, like how to collect a proper data. The data may be regarding humidity, purity, temperature. While analyzing the data, it is you must keep in mind like the data is very valuable. So do the careful analysis of the same. Then you have check on effectiveness of water and fire detection and separation systems. So in this, while maintaining the relationship, go on checking for the personal needs of your infrastructure, maybe regarding the fire detection, separation systems. Inspection must be done, the maintenance must be done for this up to date, so that due to fire it won't cause any damage to your part of your industry. Then you have remove all tripping hazards in the computer center. It is actually one of the simplest action to improve a computer center's physical environment. It is often neglected in favor of a equipment moves. The operators and other occupants of the computer center should be trained. For tripping hazards, it should be authorized, that is your equipment, the occupants must be, the operators must be authorized well, so that it can be safe for lifelong. 7, the last is check on earthquake awareness of data center. The staff which you are selecting, they must be trained regarding the earthquake awareness, particularly maybe in geographic areas which are most prone to the earthquakes. Most probably the common practices such as latching cabinets, properly storing the material should be verified. This verification is done by the qualified individuals several times in a year. So these all are the tips to how to improve your facility management. Then you have the last part as measuring and streamlining the facility management process. We have seen a worksheet in security management. We'll have to refer the same for facility management. In this you are just saying that how you do the measuring of a facility management. So in this, several facility management processes are there. The effectiveness of the same comes when you measure it. You measure it with service metrics. What are service metrics? They are like number of how many services are given, how many are failed from that, how many are successful. In this, the safety issues are most probably taken in consideration. In this, the frequency of maintenance is also considered. You also can streamline the facility management process by automating actions such as notifying facilities personnel whensoever the environmental monitoring is considered. The monitoring may be done regarding the air conditioning, the smoke regulators, the fire separations, and so on. In each and every IT firm, measuring and streamlining of the facilities is done on a large scale.